Namaste. Calm Yoga for the back. Things here in Nova Scotia, Canada, have been unusually difficult. We've had an incident in our beautiful province that has stretched our nervous systems beyond even where they were before with the COVID virus. There has been a lot of despair, sadness, grief, disbelief in the last week. This can manifest in so many ways. Everybody's different. It will manifest in different ways for different people. Physically, it can manifest as heaviness, as burden, despair, darkness. And then we begin to shoulder it all. Shoulders come up, back rounds. We're protecting our heart. We're protecting our vulnerability. So we protect and we start to carry things. And then we are watching the news to see what's happening, what's the latest. We're speaking with our families and messaging with friends and family. So much going on. But ultimately, we need to be accepting and gentle with ourselves. So we don't simply throw it all off and do the opposite. We very, very gently start to work our way through it, okay? First, we recognize how we're feeling. We accept whatever it is we're feeling. We notice it. We notice where in our body we're feeling what we're feeling. For a lot of us, it is in the back. There's discomfort in the back. There's sorrow in the body. And this comes through as back pain. Okay? So we recognize that, we accept that, and we understand that's okay. And then we find our breath. And we notice the sensation of our body touching whatever supports are beneath us. And we find our breath even more. We notice the sounds of our breath inside of ourselves. We notice the feel of the breath in the body. Any movement in the body from the breath. Maybe it's been difficult to take deep breaths. So now we might consciously soften the belly and allow a deeper inhale and a longer exhale. Simply sitting with our breath, finding stillness within ourselves. And we feel the muscles in the face begin to soften. The eyelids relax. The cheeks soften. Scalp relax. Maybe we let go of some of that effort, some of that weight in the shoulders. We feel it release a little bit. And we feel our shoulders soften down a little bit. away from the ears. And then we find the body feels just a little more inviting to lengthen the spine, to raise the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And we continue our deep breaths. And then we can go into our 3 opening ohms together. On our exhale, we'll make the sound of Om, and we'll begin with a big, deep inhale. And softly open the eyes. Today we will use some props. Today's theme is definitely gentle, being gentle with ourselves. Really just noticing whatever it is our body is feeling as we work with some movement, some shapes that are opposite to what we have been perhaps for the last week, maybe a little longer, okay? One of our props will be a bolster if you have. If you don't have a bolster, perhaps you have a nice big blanket or a comforter that you can wrap up, roll up, okay? And then something to prop it up. It can be very simple. I have these blocks. Maybe you don't have blocks. Maybe there's something in your house that is similar to this, or maybe there's some pillows. Just something to give a little height at one end of your bolster or rolled up quilt. So if I make a little T like that, and then put my bolster over it like that, there's a little bit of an angle here. Then I will turn so that the bottom edge of the bolster is touching my low back. Legs can be whatever's comfortable for you. I like this Baddha Konasana legs. This feels really nice on the adductors. For you, maybe just cross-legged, maybe legs out in front, or perhaps you like Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. And then we simply lay back over the bolster. So we just let ourselves soften and relax. Now I'm noticing a little tightness in my low back, so I will lift my tail towards the belly and then gently place back down. Ah, that's better. And I'll find my deep breaths. Just letting your body sink into the shape with each exhale. Simply observing your breath, your body, whatever sensation is in your body, whatever feelings, whatever goes on for you, just relax. So you might start to notice as you let go of effort that the shoulders melt down away from the ears a little more. Maybe there's a little rolling back of the upper shoulders. And then there might be this little bit of a opening, this expansion of the upper chest. Maybe it feels like the collarbones widen a little. I'm feeling my jaw relax a little more, the back teeth soften away from each other. The bottom row of teeth kind of relax away a little more from the top row of teeth. It almost feels like my cheekbones are widening a little bit. And I feel my scalp soften and relax a little more. Perhaps what you're feeling is different, and that's fine. Now I'm noticing there's a little more space in my body, so I can take deeper breaths. And then I will slowly come out of this by just kind of tipping over to one side, lifting one leg towards the other, and use my side to lift up. Now, I'm just going to move this out of the way, but you can stay right where you are. You don't even have to move it. And just notice how you feel. And then we'll bring our legs out in front so that they are hip-width apart. And we'll do our windshield wipers. So on the inhale, knees will come to one side. Exhale, other side. Maybe back hand lifts to allow space for the knees to come to the floor. I'm just going side to side, bringing some movement into the body, especially into the low back. Now I'm going to start to bring my upper body into this. So when the knees are to the left, I'll take this right arm and reach it over. And then on the exhale, I'll bring the hand down, knees to the side. Inhale, reach left arm over to the right. Exhale, down, across. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down, across. Inhale, reach. And this time when my knees are over to the left, instead of simply reaching, I'm going to press my knees down into the floor and kind of arch that right arm back. Exhale, down, across, press knees, left arm back. Exhale, down, across, press knees. Inhale, really opening up that whole upper body. Exhale, down, across. And just keep going your own pace. If this full expression of this stretch is not available for you, you can just stay down with the knees and reach the hands, or maybe you'll just go side to side with your knees. So finding what is best for you right now in your body. And last one. And we'll just go side to side, back to our windshield wipers. And release. Taking a second to notice how you feel. Anything at all about how you feel. And remembering that whatever you feel is exactly right, exactly as you should be feeling right now in this moment. So now we'll do a little more opening to front body. You have a choice of two different things. You can go back to your original little bit of a lift with your bolster. Now, if you choose this one, there will be more of a stretch through your front body. So if you have been practicing stretching things in the last little while, this one might be what's available for you. So this will look like this. Tops of the feet on the floor, toes pointing back. Sitting down in front of my bolster, maybe even a little bit of it, about the area of my tail. Now, I know that I'm going into a back bend here, so I will lift the hips, direct my tail down towards the knees, and then I will lay back. And I feel this beautiful stretch through the whole front body. Now, knees will be together. Knees are on the floor. If this is not working for you, then you find a way to raise your bolster or your rolled up blanket higher. So I have ready here a cushion from my couch and another folded blanket. And then I have these other two blocks. So as long as it's like stairs, okay? But now the steps are higher. So we are on much more of a slant. Feet in front, knees together. Play around, see what position is best for you for your seat. I always find my little lift and then direct the tail towards the knees. This is much less of a stretch, but it still feels lovely. And then we go into our diaphragmatic 3-part breath. So inhaling into the belly, the ribs, top of the lungs, and exhale. And again. And exhaling from all of those places. Now just keep going your own pace. Just notice what your body is feeling, what your body is doing, simply by observing. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. We just allow ourselves to be, and we observe. Without thoughts. Simply notice breath and body. last breath here. Slowly start to release. Now, you can come right away from this structure here, or you can simply just come forward where you are, finding your table position. And then going into your cow stretch on the inhale, cat stretch on the exhale. So going with your breath, finding that movement throughout your spine. And you might notice that the inhales are taking the chest a little closer to the floor, head and tail lift a little more. On the exhale, the upper back is reaching up to the ceiling a little bit more. Belly is drawing in a little more as you exhale. And then release. And again. Sometimes if it's dry, these deep breaths can tickle the throat. And then release. So I will move my structure away here in order to show you the next one. So for our next stretch movement, we come back into our table. We'll take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we'll just simply slide the hands down into our puppy stretch. Maybe the forehead comes to the floor. And maybe you can bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra or prayer. Let me just breathe here. And maybe this is enough, or perhaps you can even bend at the elbows and bring the prayer hands to the back of the neck. And then release. And we can settle down into our balasana, or child's pose. A few breaths here. And then my favorite upper back release, taking our left arm underneath the right, laying left side of the head on the floor. Big breaths. Using inhale to lift up. Right arm underneath left, right side of the head on the floor. And lifting up. So we're going to use one of our props again. I'm going to use bolster. You can use bolster or rolled up blanket, rolled up comforter. So what we're doing essentially here is we are restoring ourselves. So we're bringing ourselves back to our place of equanimity before all these assaults that are happening to our psyche, to our body, through the things going on around us, okay? And we often use props as we're restoring. So oftentimes you'll hear this referred to as restorative yoga, okay? Today, of course, we're restoring the body back to its extended front position. Essentially, this will work with the fourth chakra. Each time we've done these, we discuss one of the chakras. So today's the fourth. This is heart chakra, anahata, okay? And all these postures, these stretches we're doing, can kind of bring that back to restoring, back to where we were. Because this past week has been hard on many of us, our hearts. So we're coming back to our heart center. So let's take the right leg and bring it up against the bolster. Bolster's on right side of your mat. The upper part of the bolster will be by your hip. And then we sort of turn to face the bolster. And you can be on your side while you're lying in this restorative pose, with your left leg simply resting on the prop. So ideally, the hip and the knee is ahead of the hip, so it's not down here somewhere, it's raised up. You can have it on a 45-degree angle, and knee and ankle are lined up, okay? So it may just look like this for you, simply lying on your side like that, or if you'd like a little more of a stretch in the low back, turn to face your mat. So now the top of your right leg is on the floor. Belly is facing towards the floor. And then you can simply lay down with head on hands, finding your breath and just softening into the stretch. Now some of you might choose to turn your head in the opposite direction of that left knee. Simply observing your breath, noticing your body, your breath. No thoughts, no cares or worries. If the head is turned in the opposite direction of the knee, just gently bring the head back so it's facing the same direction as that left knee. And then slowly start to bring yourself up. Now you can stay in any of these positions longer. You can pause your video, turn it off whenever you like. Maybe you even would like to play music while you're in some of these stretches and just hang out there for 5, even 10 minutes. That's fine. This one that we're doing here is very, very gently. If you're familiar with fascia in the body, it's just very gently releasing the fascia. And so this protection, this position of protection around the heart is very, very slowly starting to release in these very gentle postures, okay? So this time we need the right leg to be lifted, lining up our bolster by our left leg, turning to face the bolster, positioning right leg so that knee is away from hip, knee and ankle lined up. Easiest, gentlest way is just resting on your side. If you'd like a little more of a stretch, then turn so that the top of the left thigh is on the floor, belly is turned towards the floor, and then just lay down on your hands. Head is turned in the same direction as the knee, or you may choose to turn your head in the opposite direction of the knee. Simply noticing the breath, letting the shoulders and the back of the neck soften. And if the head is turned away from the knee, very gently lift the head slightly to turn and have the head in the same direction as that right knee. One more breath here. And then we can slowly start to lift back up. And take a second to notice how we feel. I'm just gently placing the hands on the legs, and we can do some very gentle circles. Maybe exhaling as we circle forward and inhale as we circle back. And then release and reverse. And last one. Now just scan your body. Is there some other movement, some other stretch that feels like needs to happen in your body. Or maybe you'd just like to sit in stillness for a few breaths. And then from here, we will prepare for Shavasana. Before we do our final Shavasana, our final relaxation, we will do one more little release of the spine. And it will be our Satupannasana, or bridge pose, with the release of the exhale, the spine coming down. So, coming down onto your backs, feet on the floor, knees bent, arms and shoulders down. And just kind of gently roll the tops of the shoulders sort of back into the floor. You might feel a gentle drawing away of the upper back from the floor. And we take some breaths here. And then on the next exhale, gently press the feet into the floor. And then on the inhale, as the shoulders roll back into the floor, lift the hips up. So just lifting up on the inhale, and then on the exhale, slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time. Just like a string of pearls laying down on the floor. Finally, the tail as the exhale is finished. Then press the feet, inhale back up. Remember the shoulders are gently pressing back into the floor. And exhale, laying the spine down on the floor, one vertebrae at a time. At the end of the exhale, gently ground the feet into the floor and then inhale up as you press the shoulders back. And exhaling down one vertebrae at a time. And then inhaling right where you are without lifting up. And exhaling, bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe making circles with the knees. Reversing the direction of the circles. And then placing the feet on the floor. Might lower the knees over to one side and then the other. And just letting the head turn in opposite direction of the knees. A little more released in the low back. And last one. And then from here, just letting yourself fully lay back on the floor, preparing for Shavasana. Maybe there's some props you'd like to have. Maybe something under the knees. Maybe a blanket over you. Whatever your body is asking for to be fully comfortable and relaxed. And then starting with a nice, deep, full, complete inhalation. And a long, slow exhalation. And then just letting your breath be effortless. Letting your breath behave in whatever way it likes. Simply observing your own self, your own body, resting on the floor without effort. Simply allowing the scalp to soften, all the muscles in the face to relax. Teeth and jaw relax. The shoulders and the arms, palms of the hands, completely relax. Feel all the weight of the head sink into the floor. The whole upper body softens into the earth. And just allow the glutes to completely relax, and the thighs and the legs, the feet relax. Feel the arches of the feet relax. The space between the toes relax. Simply let go the sensation of body. Simply allow yourself to just be. Now allow the awareness to drift to the breath. Simply notice the breath in the body and the feel of the body on the floor. Begin to become aware of the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. And slowly start to move the fingers and the toes. Just allow movement and effort to come back into your body in such a way that you can eventually roll to your side. Just resting on your side in the fetal position for a few breaths. And then slowly, maybe with your eyes remaining closed, slowly come back up to sitting without disturbing yourself inside. And just find that comfortable seated position. Just letting the awareness drift to the breath, noticing the breath. Noticing stillness. Anywhere there might be a little stillness, simply observe. take our hands and place them over our heart. Sending love, sending care to the heart. And then maybe we bring the palms together in prayer hands or Anjali Mudra. And we might bow the intelligence of the head to the wisdom of the heart. And then we can open the eyes gently. We can end with our Om together. So nice big breath into the belly. I send you love. Thank you.